Hey, what's up, guys? It's a Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another Mock the Mock. We're taking a look at Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft today. He posted it 2 days ago at 1:09 p.m. Yeah, last time we took a look at one of his mock drafts, I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought they were some pretty bad picks, to be honest. But you never know. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So scrolling down to number one, he has, whoops, you saw the number two pick as well, which, considering this number one pick is Evan Neal, you can probably guess who the number two pick is anyways. I think it makes sense. I usually take Evan Neal in my mock drafts, so I don't think this is real surprising. Number two, he has the Lions taking Aiden Hutchinson. Again, not that surprising. So, gonna go ahead and move past those pretty obvious ones and pick number three. The Texans take Kyle Hamilton. This is one that I've seen Texans fans all over the place with this one. I've seen a lot of them wanting Kyle Hamilton just because he's an absolute stud. I've seen some wanting Aiden Hutchinson if he's available. I've seen some wanting Kayvon Thibodeau. I've seen some wanting Akeem Ekwonu, which I think makes plenty of sense as well. They're all over the place with that. I think Kyle Hamilton is a solid pick. I think really at this spot, he's probably the best defensive player available. Maybe best player available in general, but I don't know. I might give that to Akeem Ekwonu. But yeah, I think that's a solid pick. Then four, he has Akeem Ekwonu going to the Jets. Now this one is different for me because I personally think the Jets should stick with their tackles. I really like Mekhi Becton still. If he can be healthy, he can be really good. And then really George Fant played pretty solid at right tackle this year. I didn't think he really needed to be upgraded. I think he's pretty solid. But if you want to put Elijah Vera Tucker at right guard, you could put Akeem Ekwonu at left guard, and he's shown at left guard that he can be dominant. He can be a mover there. So yeah, if they want a Pro Bowl guard right there instead, I think that's great. I think they could definitely do that. But also with guys like with Kayvon Thibodeau right here, or even Jermaine Johnson, I really like Jermaine Johnson a lot. Guys like them could go here instead too. So then for the Giants right here, they are taking Trayvon Walker. Guys, I get Trayvon Walker is good. Okay, I really do get that. I agree. But number five, I'm sorry. I just can't justify it. Especially above Kayvon Thibodeau and Jermaine Johnson. I'm sorry, I can't justify it. But number six, the Carolina Panthers taking Trevor Penning. This is the first time I've seen this. I think he'd probably... I don't know about this. I think the Panthers are in a spot where they really want a new quarterback. They've been very vocal about that. But they've also been vocal about wanting offensive line help. But let's be real. I think they want to give Brady Christensen another chance. Unless a guy like Evan Neal or possibly Akeem Ekwonu were to fall here, I don't think they're taking a tackle. I personally think they either trade back or take a quarterback like Malik Willis, or even maybe like Tyler Linderbaum, to be honest. So I don't really see this happening. I do like Trevor Penning. I think he's going to be a beast in the NFL. I think he needs to do better to not, get penalties. He does get a lot of penalties, though. But, yeah, I like the player. I think it's just a little bit early, and I don't think the Panthers want to take a tackle right here. 7, the Giants taking Drake London. Now, his description right here saying Giants want to give Daniel Jones a fair evaluation. I agree with that. I think the Giants will be active in looking for a receiver in this draft. However, I don't think it's going to be first round. If you want to give Daniel Jones a fair evaluation, you've got to fix the offensive line. And right now, really the only great piece on that offensive line is your left tackle, Andrew Thomas. The rest, I would say, is definitely replaceable. So I think right here, I think it makes more sense to get Charles Cross, or even if Trevor Penning is on the board here, the Panthers didn't take him, I think he'd make sense too. Or Tyler Linderbaum. You also got Kenyon Green. There's plenty of guys right here they can take. I don't think the Giants should take a receiver here. They spent a lot of money on receiver this last free agency, and it didn't pan out. And I think it's because the receivers are talented. Okay, I like Kadarius Toney. I like Kenny Golladay. I think they're talented receivers. But Daniel Jones can't get the ball to them when he's under pressure as soon as the ball is snapped. He needs protection. So, we'll just leave it at that. Number 8, the Falcons get Kayvon Thibodeau. Now, let's be honest, guys. I'm not sure he's going to fall this far. If he does, that's an absolute steal for the Falcons. You could honestly even argue Jermaine Johnson. As I've said, guys, I'm a big Jermaine Johnson fan. I really think the dude, his play style is so similar to Von Miller, Brian Burns, Hassan Reddick, even TJ Watt, to be honest. You could even throw TJ Watt in there. And I think Jermaine Johnson could be an absolute stud like that in the NFL with that play style. But I like Kayvon. If he's right here, I definitely think they should consider taking him. So, number 9, the Broncos take Jermaine Johnson instead of quarterback. That's interesting. If they want to replace Von Miller, this is the dude to do it. So it's interesting. I like the pick. I love the player. I just personally feel like the Broncos will be more interested in getting a new quarterback. I'm not sure they'll pass on a quarterback here. And really, even if they don't draft one, I think it'd be because they end up trading for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, or even Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. I'm not exactly banking on the Broncos having this pick, and if they do, I think it'll be to draft a quarterback. But if not, Jermaine Johnson's a good pick. So, 10, the Jets take Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner. I'd like it. The dude is an absolute baller. I really like Derek Stingley too. They're kind of like 1A and 1B for me right now. They're both just insane. The Jets secondary struggled quite a bit this last year. I think that makes complete sense. Then the Washington Commanders take Kenyon Green. Now, yeah, they could very well lose Brandon Scherf, like Jeremiah said. Much like the Broncos, though, Ron Rivera has said how much he wants to get a new quarterback. In fact, I feel kind of bad for Taylor Heineke, to be honest. Keep giving the dude, more protection and weapons and stuff, and he's going to be good. But with how vocal Ron Rivera's been about that, I don't think he'll pass up the chance to get a quarterback, especially if Malik Willis is still on the board here. But number 12, the Vikings take Trent McDuffie. Now, I agree with the position. I just think they should take Derek Stingley instead. I think Stingley's much better. And really, Trent McDuffie is my cornerback 5 in this class. Or is it 6? So my rankings, just to let you know, I've got Ahmad Gardner and Derek Stingley, kind of 1A and 1B situation. And then I've got Andrew Booth at 3, Kyrie Lam at 4, Roger McCreary at 5. So yeah, Trent McDuffie's my number 6 corner. I just think it's way too early. I think they should take Stingley instead, but that's just me. 13, the Browns take George Karlaftis. I think that's a solid pick. Jadeveon Clowney is going to cost way too much. I have always thought he's been overrated. I don't think he's had a real great season since, I think it was 2017, I believe, when he had like 9.5 sacks. I think the dude's just super overrated. I really do. Overpaid, and I don't think the Browns are going to pay him again. So, yeah, George Karlaftis makes sense to me. So, number 14, the Ravens take Derek Stingley. I'm not mad about the pick. I mean, the Ravens do have a lot of free agent corners. Now, I mean, Marcus Peters isn't a free agent, and neither is Marlon Humphrey. So their top 2 corners are still going to be there, so I don't know if you really want to take one in the first. I mean, if a guy like Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, or even Tyler Linderbaum are here, you could argue that. But I wouldn't call this a bad pick by any means. 15, Eagles take David Ajabo, another really talented edge rusher. This edge class is really good. I'm a big fan of it. So I think that makes sense. Then he has the Eagles taking Devontae Wyatt. I mean, yeah, Fletcher Cox is getting up there in age. Javon Hargrave, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to re-sign him. I believe he's a free agent. Eagles fans, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe he's a free agent. And I heard rumors that he was potentially wanting to go back to Pittsburgh. Don't know how true that is, though. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, I think Devontae Wyatt would be a good pick here. 17, the Chargers take Chris Olave. Yeah, with Mike Williams probably leaving in free agency, I think it makes sense. I would probably go for a guy like Treylon Burks instead. I think he's the best receiver in this class. So, I'm not a big fan. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say I'm not a big fan of Chris Olave, but I think Treylon Burks is just so much better. So, Chris Olave is a clean route runner, though. I'll give him that. 18, the Saints take Kenny Pickett, and so that's the first quarterback off the board here. I'll be honest, I think the Saints should and will re-sign Jameis Winston, give him another chance. And in the meantime, try to give him some help. He didn't have like anybody besides Kamara, and then you could argue maybe Marquez Callaway last year. But he didn't really have like anything for weapons. So I think they should re-sign Jameis Winston here, but I mean, Kenny Pickett is a really good quarterback. He's my number 2 quarterback. So I'm not like super mad about the pick. 19, the Eagles take Garrett Wilson. I don't know why he doesn't want any of these teams to take Treylon Burks. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Burks, but I mean, Wilson's good too. I'm not mad about the pick. I'm just questioning his receiver rankings. That's all. So, solid pick, I guess. 20, the Steelers take Malik Willis. Okay, now if Willis falls this far, I think Steelers will snatch him up. I don't think he gets past the Steelers. They were pretty vocal at the Senior Bowl how much they liked the kid, and I think it's honest. I don't think it's smoke at all. I think it's completely honest. So I don't think he falls past the Steelers, but I'm just not sure he's going to fall this far. But that'd be an absolute steal for the Steelers if he does. 21, Patriots get Devin Lloyd. Now again, I don't know if Devin Lloyd's really going to fall this far, but if he does, Patriots definitely should take him. He's an absolute beast. Patriots really like having, really good linebackers. I think it's kind of time for them to upgrade as well. So, yeah, I think that's a good pick. I like it. 22, the Raiders take Charles Cross. So this is a guy that in some drafts has been taken number 1 overall. Now, granted, I don't think he should be number 1 overall. But the farthest I've had him fall in my mock drafts was 17 to the Chargers. So if he falls this far, I'd be really surprised. But the Raiders would get an absolute steal if they take him right here. But the Cardinals here take Kyler Gordon. He's my number 7 corner. I mean, where there's guys like Kyrie Lom, Andrew Booth, Roger McCreary still on the board, I think those are better picks. But Gordon is good. I'm not going to act like he's not a good corner. So, Cowboys take Nakobe Dean. I mean, yeah, I think that's an awesome pick. I mean, you could argue Zion Johnson here. But yeah, I think pairing him up with Micah Parsons would be nasty. 25, the Bills take Treylon Burks. Finally, Burks is off the board. I think he'd be an awesome weapon for Josh Allen, especially in the red zone. I think that'd be really cool. We shouldn't rule that out. But the Bills also need some interior offensive line help. Sorry guys, I'm critiquing this. I'm critiquing these way too much. I'm gonna relax with it a little bit. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good pick. Treylon Burks, like I said, my number 1 receiver in the draft. So, 26, the Titans take Tyler Linderbaum. Again, I don't think he's gonna fall this far. If he does, that's gonna be nasty for him and Derrick Henry. I love Tyler Linderbaum. I think he's the best interior offensive lineman in the draft. So, yeah, that's gonna be nasty if he does fall that far. Then the Bucks take Jameson Williams. I mean, yeah, I think if the Bucks can get a good receiver to replace really both Antonio Brown and probably Chris Godwin, I mean, I think that makes plenty of sense. It sounds like they'll probably not be able to re-sign Godwin, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I really see Godwin leaving the Bucks. That's kind of an interesting one, but no, I think that's a good pick for the Bucks. The Packers taking Boye Mafe. That's also very interesting. Trying to remember what edge rushers are still on the board here. Karlaftis has been taken. Jermaine Johnson's been taken. Kayvon. Aiden Hutchinson. Yes, there's a lot of edge rushers off the board here. So I don't necessarily hate this pick, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a solid pick. I'm not going to go too deep into that one. I think that's a solid pick. Then the Dolphins take Tyler Smith. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that one. I think there's better tackles and guards available. I also think the Dolphins could very well consider a receiver right here to help out Tua. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this pick, to be honest. But then the Chiefs take Daxton Hill here at safety. I like the pick. I've actually had him mocked to the Chiefs multiple times. The dude's a baller. And really, I think they could very well take him, even if Tyrann Mathieu doesn't leave in free agency, which I'll be honest, I really don't think he will. I really see the Chiefs re-signing him. But the Chiefs like to run a 3 safety look, and Daniel Sorensen wasn't it this year. So I think they could very well take him even if Tyrann Mathieu is still there. So good pick. Then the Bengals taking Bernard Raymond. I have actually had him mocked to the Bengals multiple times. They definitely need to take, an offensive lineman here. Um, I think Zion Johnson, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still on the board. Let me check these last few. Yeah, I think Zion Johnson is still on the board. So if he's here, I'd say probably take him. But really, Bernard Raymond is an instant upgrade over whatever they have. Okay, I get he's going to be a project, but even right now, he would be able to come in and start and be better than what they currently have. And protecting Burrow is going to be their number one priority. So I like the pick. And then lastly, the Lions taking Jordan Davis. I don't know if I've ever seen Jordan Davis fall this far in a mock draft, but if he does, that is an absolute steal for the Lions. I like the pick. I like it a lot. So, yeah, overall, I think this is definitely a better mock draft for Daniel Jeremiah, a lot better than his first one. I remember thinking on his first mock draft that it was just one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Like, it was bad. Like, I mean, I know you can't predict what teams are going to do in the draft, but it was pretty bad, you know? You at least have an idea of what most teams are going to do. So I'd say this one is definitely a lot better than that mock. So I'd give him more credit for this one. But yeah, guys, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Later.